I have a lot of questions for Hebrew Israelites. For number one, I'm mixed. What's going to happen to somebody like me? So are white people destined for hell and black people destined for heaven? Another question I have that's very strange is like, Esau and Jacob were born from the same parents. How are they a different race? And maybe somebody in the comments that even if you're not a Hebrew Israelite, you can explain like how in the world Esau and Jacob are a different race if they came from the same parents. Because I have a lot of questions for Hebrew Israelites. For number one, I'm mixed. What's going to happen to somebody like me? So are white people destined for hell and black people destined for heaven? Another question I have that's very strange is like, Esau and Jacob were born from the same parents. How are they a different race? And maybe somebody in the comments that even if you're not a Hebrew Israelite, you can explain like how in the world Esau and Jacob are a different race if they came from the same parents. You know.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, BA'Hashem, YAHAWASHI, BA'Hashem, Rukwakwadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the mighty Akim, Wakwafim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. Shalom to the speckled bear that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawakau coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson is going to be on this video where you got this guy who's calling himself mixed and saying whatever stuff like that. We're going to get into it, but basically the thing here is that it's a very common thing that people basically not really fully understand how things work scientifically because they were taught wrong. And this is not me calling him stupid or calling anyone stupid that doesn't know, because oftentimes people are oftentimes misguided and misinformed. That was basically what I wanted to say. Misinformed and disinformed. I think the thing is, when it comes to misinformation, I think that's unintentional. And then there's disinformation, which I believe is intentional. I'm going to actually, hold on, bear with me one moment. I'm going to actually check misinformation versus disinformation. You normally the freaking thing would be in there, but I don't know why. Disinformation, false or misleading, that is deliberately. So yes, as I said, I hope I said disinformation is intentionally misled, while misinformation is unintentional. All right. So misinformation can be even more harmful and dangerous than pure disinformation, because false or misleading information is mistakenly reported by trusted media sites. So misinformation is unintentionally giving out information. So that's where you have that, and it's where we are at with this whole misinformation, disinformation. And the thing is that I believe it's, I don't know. I'm not even going to say I know, but sometimes people spread the misinformation and disinformation when it comes to ethnicity, because people think, ethnically, I am mixed, or ethnically I am white, ethnically I'm black, whatever. All right. And the funny thing is, I did similar, I don't think I did similar lessons, but I remember a lesson on this where I remember doing a lesson on this, or briefly bringing this up, where when it comes to like Blake Griffin, for example, he has this very dark father, but he has his white looking mother, where he is still an Israelite because of his father. And then on top of that, because we acknowledge Blake Griffin as a so-called black person and by extension an Israelite, then you have his child, his son, or kids, whatever. All right, because he got with a white woman, or maybe multiple white women. I don't remember how many times he got married, but basically he has kids, and the kid is blonde hair, blue eyes, I think, possibly, and they just basically look like full-on white kids, but they are not white kids. They actually are Israelites, simply because Blake Griffin himself is the Israelite, and that basically extends onto someone like him, if that is the case, because I don't know which parent it is, and that's basically the thing. It depends on the parent. Based off this, Numbers chapter 1 verse 18, Sasaki to prove what I said about Blake Griffin. Numbers chapter 1 verse 18, and they assembled all their congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upwards by their polls. Basically, your ethnicity determined based off your father. So as a result of that, here is the ethnic background of what a person is, or this is how you determine what the ethnic background of someone is. So as a result of that, we have that, and we are able to come to certain conclusions. Another example, well, no, it's like I don't have another example, but I'm just saying a parallel theoretical example would be the exact same in other nations, because we know that we see Blake Griffin's son or kids, not son but kids, are perfect examples of white looking Israelites. But there's also the exact same for Chinese, Indian, Middle Eastern, and the such. It doesn't matter what your outer shell looks like. That matters about the spirit and all that stuff. Okay, so continuing on, let's go to John 7 verse 24. Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. And as I was just saying, which I have a terrible habit of not freaking reading things first, but to get back into it, you're not supposed to judge based off of the appearance. You're supposed to judge off of the spirit. And actually, let's get that additional precept, because Slakia. But First John chapter 4 verse 1, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. So the thing here is how with YAHAWASHI and how the Lord works, we're supposed to try spirits rather than just say, oh, this person looks like an Edomite, or Blake Griffin looks like an Edomite, so he's gonna go to hell, or all that and all that stuff. I'm not gonna deal with that the whole hell thing. I don't feel like that is too much work, but you can go in one of my older videos and probably just search hell and whatnot. So, and I'm pretty sure it's there. It will pop up if you just type in hell. Anyway, basically with that you don't need to, it's not determined off of your appearance, but it's determined based off of your actual bloodline and ethnicity. Okay, which again, that's something that people do not fully understand. All right, so continuing on, Slakia. Deuteronomy 30 verse 3, that then the Lord thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy power hath scattered thee. Okay, so basically the Lord scattered us. And again, as I said before, with the Blake Griffin example, you're going to have other Israelites from other nations that have done the exact same thing, getting with Chinese women, Indian women, Middle Eastern, African, so on and so forth. All right, and as a result of that, because of their environment, they usually just get whatever they can get in their general vicinity, rather than, because that this whole traveling to be with someone is more of a recent thing, not necessarily a common thing. Obviously, sometimes people do, travel, or people did travel, but that's people have what's a thing called social media. That's the thing, social media, where they go around saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get this dude, I'm gonna go be with this woman, or do whatever, and the such. All right, so basically, as a result of that, we are scattered. Then, continuing on, let's go here. Genesis chapter Genesis chapter 25, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So over here, this person is like, how are you what's the word? How are you a believer, but yet you are completely disqualifying the fact that of what the Lord said. The Lord said that he would do, and what the Lord can do. So now, when it comes to the Lord separating two nations from one woman's womb, oh, that's impossible. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Or that's this, that, and the third, or whatever. But when with all these other stuff, oh, it makes sense because it's God. Oh, it makes sense because of God, X, Y, Z. All right, like that's the utter ridiculousness of things when it comes to Christianity in general, because it only doesn't make sense when it goes against Christianity's doctrine, but it makes sense, or they force it to make sense, like the Trinity. All right, for example, if they force it to make sense because that's what they were taught, which again goes back into misinformation and disinformation, because you have people that are intentionally misinforming people, as well as people that were taught to a certain way and don't know anything else, and they don't know the truth, so they are misled. Hence stuff like this. All right, so stuff like this where people, they can't comprehend or fathom. It doesn't make sense that what's it called, there's another thing and whatnot. All right, so where was I? Okay, Matthew 22 verse 29, Yahawashi answered and said unto them, Matthew chapter 22 verse 29, Yahawashi answered and said unto them, ye do err, not knowing the scriptures nor the power of Yahweh. Okay, so that's basically the thing where, they don't care, they don't know, they don't understand, because it goes against what they were taught and what they believe in. So as a result of that, that's where they just utterly reject the scriptures. So with that, I pray this testimony was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, for Kwakpadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone of Bad and Shalom.